Welcome to Yin Yoga practice. I'm truly inspired to share this lovely hip opening and inner and outer thigh sequence today. So go ahead, lie all the way down. We're starting with recline butterfly. Bring the heels and the soles of the feet together. Spread the knees apart. You can place pillows or cushions under your knees. Allow the hands to be by your side, palm facing upwards. Relax the shoulders down and close your eyes. We're moving from the realm of doing actions, going to the realm of just being. Being with the breath, being with the body, and really enjoying the whole process. As is said in the Bhagavad Gita, yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, to the self. So I invite you to slow down without changing the inhales and the exhales. Just allow them to come and go. Filling up gently in the lungs and the belly with air. Feeling the connection with the floor between the yoga mat and the body. Feeling the head supported. You can stay as you are, or if you want to go any deeper, please do bring the heels closer to your inner thighs, which will increase the stretch. However, if you're new to Yin, just be more mindful as you do practice in the poses longer than just 5 or 10 inhales and exhales. You can stay anywhere from 1 to 3, 4, even 5 minutes in a pose. If you feel any discomfort or intensity, too intense, please do come out earlier from the pose. You might be hearing me speaking, giving direction, but also give you a quiet moment so you can really contemplate on that inner journey. Contemplate in that mind and body game. It's easy to keep the mind more settled when we're moving constantly, but when we're still, the mind suddenly have nothing to do. So here we are working on your kidneys and urinary meridians, bladder meridian. Saying bladder, notice if you can find a state of letting go, so you can start establishing that state of letting go and releasing. And whenever a thought might occur in the mind, just see what that thought is. And allow to come back to your inhales and your exhales. Gradually sinking deeper into that state of just being, of that yin energy. Giving you time to really restore your body, mind, all together. So we're finding last few inhales and exhales here. Start gradually bringing the knees together, bringing a few movements left or right. Then looking over to your respective shoulders, moving the head, shifting the hips. And maybe we can extend both legs first before you hug the left knee into your chest. Walk the right heel one line with the right ankle. Shift the hips a couple of times left or right so we can feel that they're in one line. And allow the left knee, if possible, to create one line with the left ankle. But don't worry if that doesn't happen right now. As I say, we're gradually going into the pose like a flower opening petal by petal. That's what's happening in our yin practice. We're starting into one stage of the pose, and the longer we hold, the more we're opening, the more we're releasing, breath by breath. Here we're working again on the urinary meridian, bladder, liver and kidney. You can stay as you are, or you want to lift the right heel off the mat. You can keep the shin parallel, or you can release the heel down next to your right sitting bone. There's tons of benefits. We're working on your hip flexibility, relieving stiffness in the lower back and hips. We're having a lovely external rotation of the hip now on the left side. And also we do increase the blood flow to the pelvic floor and digestive organs. As well, could help with the menstrual discomfort. And of course, as all yin poses, allowing to calm the mind, calm the thoughts. Even though sometimes it might not look like when the mind gets very agitated by just holding them longer. Deep cleansing inhales, deep cleansing exhales. Allowing yourself just to be here. And we do have so much things we're doing all the time. That constant stimulation, which is perfectly fine. That's just the world we're living, which is amazing. But in order to bring the balance, as in everything, we have polarities. And the only way to keep the balance is to have from both energies. So the yin energy bring that stillness. It's connecting with the moon, the female. Bring that balance to the yang, to the more active, which is really needed. Is the one who takes us out in the morning, and the yin is the one who brings us back to sleep in the evening. So they all work in a perfect balance. Exhale, release the right heel down. Do a little shifts on the hips first. Windshield the legs couple of times, bending the knees, dropping them couple of times side to side. Extend the legs to have a break point and flex the feet. Before you go ahead, bend the right knee, squeeze the right knee into your chest. Pause for a moment. And when you feel ready, walk the right heel above your left ankle. Right shin parallel. Flex the right foot gently, left heel one line with the left ankle. Relaxing the collarbones away of the breastbone. Relaxing the chest down on the mat. Keeping the space there open. Now we're working your right hip, right outer thigh, right inner thigh, lower back. Notice, is it any difference compared to the other side? How does it feel on this side? Does your mind allow you to be present and connect further with the inhales and with the exhales? Or is that already going over your shopping list? Which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the mind. The design of the mind is to process information and help us process everything we're seeing and observing on a daily basis. Currently observing anything from the past. You can stay as you are. You can go ahead and hold the outer left eye, keeping the left shin parallel, or keeping the left heel close to your left sitting bone. But we can allow the mind to process what it needs to process. In order to process better, like a computer, it needs to be restarted or even switch off, as it gives us the time to really take a break. And the more breaks we take, the more we press the restart button, the more better we process in the future. Relax the left heel down and give a little shuffles back, left to right, really feeling the area. And then open your toes facing out for a couple of times, and then walk the heels back facing forward, palms by your side. Engage gently here the inner thighs and upper thighs, and lift slowly the hips, lower back, middle back off the floor, and gently lower down for a gentle bridge flow. Big toes pressing down, heels pressing down. Inhale, peel the hips off the mat, lower back, middle back, upper back. Walk the hands below your sitting bones, interlace the hands, press the palms gently. Exhale, lower down. So your hips and sitting bones will come last here. Inhale, one more time. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Keeping that natural curvature of the neck so we can have plenty of space there. Exhale, release from the upper back, middle back, lower back, all the way down. And bring the knees couple of times again, left to right, just little shuffles. Extend the right leg, flex the right foot, hold the left outer foot with the right hand first. Allow the right hip bone to be firmly pressing down on the mat, and bend the left knee for a half happy baby. So you can either hold the outer left thigh here, the inner side of the back of the thigh. You can hold the left calf, ankle, or reach in and hold the outer left foot. Relaxing the left shoulder down and allowing to use a little pull. That left upper hand could gently pull the leg closer to the floor. But we're still in the yin mode here. So I invite you to let go of any idea of perfection or how things should look like or supposed to look like, or how deep we should go in the pose. Especially if you're practicing with someone next to you right now. Dropping out that competitiveness sometimes we have. Could be one with yourself, and really tapping into that slow state of just being. And very often slow could be taken by like in a negative sense, because you all want things to happen very fast. And yoga really allows us to take us into the present moment. And that's the only place where everything exists, the present moment. On the next exhale, take the left ankle above the right upper thigh and recline to the right. Your left ankle is still one line with the left knee. Reach with the right hand to hold the left ankle. Keep the left hand down on the mat and your bottom foot one line with the right knee. Allowing to bring the awareness now at the top outer left eye. If you're a runner, you really benefit from all of the poses we're doing, but especially from this one. It's what's happening in that outer left eye and your eye to band. That's what's happening on the shoulders. Can you keep melting them down? Remembering here we're opening like a flower. We're just showing up on the mat, allowing to see what will happen. And the more we let go, the more we will rejuvenate. As we're taking the resistance, we're holding on deep down in our fascia layers. And the fascia, which it embodies all the muscles and everything else, the connective tissue. And through Yin, allowing to access that. Take your time here, extend the legs first before we do a recline shoelace. So your left leg is moving on the top of the right. You're reaching either to hold with one hand or if possible holding with both hands the respective legs. Right arm will hold your left leg and your left hand will hold your right leg or ankles. That's another amazing pose which if you're a runner really benefit, but not only if you're a runner, but it's really helping for the outer thighs and it's giving the opposite stretch compared to the half happy baby. Bringing the inner rotation of the hips. Just reminding yourself as something starts getting way too uncomfortable, please do release the pose, as it could get uncomfortable because we're holding the poses for much longer than you usually do in other practices, other yoga practices. Slowly release the pose, come back. Knees align with the feet, feet pointing forward for a bridge flow. Press the feet nice and actively. And when you feel ready, lift the hips off the mat. Lift the lower back, lift the middle back, upper back, press the palms and the shoulders. Imagine the fingertips are extending away of the shoulders. And on the exhale, lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips coming last. And again, inhale, peel the hips off the mat, lower back, middle back, upper back. Palms gently pressing, breastbone rising up. Using the inner thighs and upper thighs for support. Exhale, lower down. Really releasing here slowly and gradually. One more time, feeling that and feeling like a massage and a motion. You might feel like a 100 years old person. Apologize, someone's doing the practice now. after yin by holding the poses, and that bridge will just bring back the energy and circulation into the body. Before we do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead, extend the left leg, flex the left foot, then reach with the left hand to hold the right leg, and allow the right hand to either hold the right outer thigh, calf, ankle, or out the right foot. Allowing the right knee to be one line with the right hip bone and one line with the ankle. Left hip bone really glued down here towards the mat. Bring the awareness now on that right side and noticing what is happening there. How does it feel? What are the sensations? Does that feel any different? Does the right thigh feel different compared to the left? And remembering we're opening here petal by petal like a flower, our bodies, our minds. And the more you let go, the more we can really rejuvenate. And the more we rejuvenate, the more we will feel better after that. And sometimes the effects of a yin yoga practice could be felt even days after. It's just like a massage. It's a deep release of toxins and holding patterns in our body. Exhale, gently release that right leg, extend it for a moment, then go ahead, walk the right foot, the outer left eye, and release the right heel down on the mat so you can recline to the left, keeping the right knee one line with the right ankle, left foot gently bent, right shoulder down on the mat, keeping the back of the head relaxed. Allowing the flow of the inhales and exhales to continue all the time, undisturbed. Feeling how the inhales and the exhales are softly coming in and softly coming out. Like a constant exchange. When the inhales, you bring that new energy and well-being to the body and cells and health. With the exhales, we're really releasing that old air, the one which we don't need anymore. And it's so perfect in the way it's designed. We can apply the same in our thoughts. Whenever they come in, imagine them, they're like your inhales and exhales. They can come in and go out easily. With kindness to yourself. So we can really restore our body and minds here. Staying just a few moments before we continue. Can you release even more here from that right outer thigh or IT band? Is there any pattern needs to be released? Anything holding on there? Being physical, mental, or emotional? Yanninger has a lovely saying, yoga does not just change the way we see things, it transforms the person who sees. Slowly lift that right leg off the mat. Give a little shuffles, left or right. Extend the right leg. Another recline shoelace now on the other side. Cross the right leg on top of the left. Go ahead and see if you can reach and hold both legs, either the ankles or your feet or even thighs. And gently draw them into your body. It's a bit more intense compared to the other poses we're doing. So notice, can you breathe through that intensity? Can you remain still and calm when you feel that intensity in the body? And that's something very connected with the Yanninger saying. Sometimes you might encounter really intense situations in lives, and we build stamina through our yoga practice, but not only through flexibility and muscle endurance, but we also build mental and emotional stamina and flexibility, so we can face life lessons and challenges in a much more flexible and calm manner. And that does not mean that problems will stop, or life lessons, that's how I like to call them. Just a different energy, just change the energy for me. But just the way we look at them is completely different. It's really transforming and life-changing. Taking last few inhales and exhales here. Slowly release the legs, hold both knees. Find a few circles, rolling the knees in and out, bringing back a bit of more movement there. Then allow the knees to relax. Again, one line with the ankles. One more time, lifting the hips. Lower back, middle back, upper back off the mat. Like a slow, nice massage, lowering the back all the way down, hips coming last. Then lift the hips, lift the knees off the mat, lift the thighs off the mat. And allow to see if you can maybe hold the outer thighs, back of the thighs, calves. Or if your hands are reaching, go ahead and hold the top of the feet. If that feels way too much, any of these variations, you can bring the heel and the soles of the feet together and keep the knees close to your chest and the heels close to your groin instead of being lifted for a happy baby. And it might feel a bit more intense compared to the half happy baby variation. Notice how it feels. You can either allow the tailbone to curve up in the air to release the sacroiliac joints, or you can allow to keep the tailbone low on the ground. There's no right or wrong way in this way, but it's just different. So you can try both and really notice the differences. Exhale, slowly release. Windshield the legs. Allow to drop the knees to one side. Look over to your respective shoulder. Come back to the center and then drop the head to the other side. Release the knees. So if you don't have a block, like I'm going to grab a block right now at home, you can use 1 or 2 books which will be the same height, or a few pillows. I invite you to slowly lift the hips off the mat. And we're going to bring the block on that long side, just below your sacrum, that big bony structure. And we'll be gently lifting the hips, so shouldn't be any discomfort here. Allow the knees to gently spread to the side. It's a supported bridge. Try to play a couple of times to make sure you have that very comfortable. Shouldn't be anything crunching, especially on the lower back. Check with the head and with the neck a couple of times. And allow to close your eyes with the last pose you'll be doing, countering everything else you were doing so far. Allowing to really further blossom and let go here. Sinking into the pillow or block or books. Having that support there. It's a good reminder that we do have support all the time. We just have to ask for it sometimes. Our bodies are really extremely intelligent. They're always giving us hints for whatever is happening internally. By being still and paying attention, keeping our awareness active, we can really see what is going on inside. And what is going on inside is actually what we're going to see outside. It's really important to keep checking on our bodies and minds and feelings, not only in our yoga practice, but through the day. Last few inhales and exhales here. Enjoy that flow of air, of oxygen, of prana, expanding the body. Expanding the body. The next inhale, you can stay as you are, or for the last few inhales and exhales, you can lift the block in that higher or pillows. But be mindful if someone have a back problem, so I would not say that's a good idea. We want you to be supported in the pose. So it's not about always going for the deepest extension of the pose. Practicing yin in general yoga, which will mean knowing our boundaries sometimes, which could be really vary day to day, depending what we've been doing prior to the session. Gently lift the hips off the mat, curl all the way down, remove the block. Bring the knees into your chest, cross one leg on top of the other, rock a couple of times, left or right, massaging the lower back. Then stop for a moment, keeping that natural curvature of the spine just to counter what we did. out to wind chant again the legs a couple of times, left or right. Before you extend the legs, toes rolling out, palms by your side, facing upwards. Shoulders really nice and relaxed. If you feel cold or if you want to have water, please do so before you lie completely. In a sense, Shavasana is one of the most important yoga poses, if not the most important, when we are practicing yoga. And as probably came across, yoga means union. While we're practicing, we're uniting ourselves. We bring that togetherness. We let go of separation. Uniting the yin and the yang, the sun and the moon, the male and the female. So you can bring balance and equilibrium to your body. No more control of anything. No movement even, not even holding of the poses. Observing how the inhales are coming in and how the exhales are going out. Whenever you feel obstructed by a thought, it's perfectly fine. As we know, just see what that thought is. And return back to your breath. Fully resting the whole body. The whole body fully resting. And if you have more time, please do take advantage of the relaxation. I'm going to slowly finish our practice today by bringing some life to the body and hugging the knees into your chest, pausing there. Before slowly rolling to one side into fetus position. Pausing there too. Taking it step by step, not rushing. Then lift yourself back up using the top hand. Come into a nice, easy or any comfortable seated position. Bring the eyes gently close. Bring the hands in front of your chest. Really thank yourself for practicing. I thank you for practicing with me, and I hope you enjoy the practice. And if you do so, please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. My name is Nadia. Namaste.